Yeah, Patrick, you can begin now.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Awoyemi Patrick. Today, I wanted to talk about how to build responsive navigation with hidden sidebar into your project with HTML and CSS. For a very long time, I try to when I'm trying to work on a project, I have a specific style I wanted to do, but to some extent, by the time I look for idea online, maybe Stack Overflow and all that, so maybe I might see something similar to the idea I had, but not exactly what I want to do. But there's something happened recently when I was trying to work on a project I got from a front-end mentor, which states specifically that it should be, the sidebar should be like in form of canvas. But I tried to search online, I couldn't get what fits into that idea, to that what's it called, that feature. But I started playing around this CSS. Then at the end of the day, luckily for me, I was able to figure it out without stress and all that. So with just simple tactics. So I just decided to, okay, let me just talk about it. Possibly there might be a lot of people that that is going through similar issue. So let's dive in. So where am I? So we are going to talk, analyze the desktop and mobile internet user according to statistics out there. In fact, possibly possible, we'll talk about the present, the number of people that are using internet at present, and the difference between mobile and desktop figures. Then we'll talk about the importance of responsive design. Then we are going to then talk about how to create a mobile friendly design. Then we have questions. So mobile use is part of billions of people's daily life. As a result of this, having a responsive navigation menu is essential for improving your site usability and look. So according to StatCounters worldwide internet use data, as of July 2002, 62.06% of internet users are actively using the internet via mobile, and 37.9% via desktop. As at yesterday, even as at this morning, as around 2-3 a.m., I realized that we have over 5 billion internet users online, and it's still growing. So we cannot underestimate the importance of mobile responsive design, because a larger percentage of people are having access to different kind of websites, mobile application. So it is important to increase our design and make it more user friendly. We need to understand responsive design. So having responsive design, where responsive web design ensure that users enjoy their visit regardless of the device they are using or how their screen is configured. Like we know, a lot of people are using desktop, different type of mobile screen size, and all sort of iPad and all that. So sometimes we have to be specific to target the kind of screen size we want to use, depend on the version or the most used screen size. So in this presentation, I would like to, my illustration will be on the stack I use is Angular, HTML, and CSS. So first, we add our HTML inside the HTML components in Angular by put our navigation bar, set our input, put our label for image, and then logo. Then we create another list, then list item. So with the names, by naming the list item we want, which is the link, we want the name we want. Like for me now, I use home, team, information, and portfolio. So the output result is this. So then I add my CSS, but this CSS is just this CSS. The way I configure this, is just normal that when you open it, it will only be okay in desktop without. But if you try to use it on mobile or any other device, smaller device than the desktop, it will not be user friendly. You won't like it because it will started like coming on top of each other and all that. So in order to achieve, so this is the result on desktop. So in order to make it more responsible, we have to use media query. In this example, I target Surface Pro 7, which is 920 pixel width first, because I just make some adjustment, make the making the logo smaller and making the links more smaller, and I just do some adjustment based on the size of the screen. Then I target other smaller screen, like all mobile. The way it works on what's it called, the Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy, it work on what's it called, iPhone, all different version of iPhone and all other smaller version, very, very responsive. So I just target 820 pixel. Then I try to configure my navigation bar and all that. So, but the most important thing here is the what's it called, the pseudo, something like this pseudo elements I use here, which is if you go to W3 school, you just search for CSS selectors reference, you will have this understanding of how this works, because this play important role in trying to adjust my sidebar where I want it to be either right or left, along with other this thing. So basically that is what I have here. So the target output for Surface Pro is this, this is the mobile, the output for mobile, all other mobile version is this. But if you look at this code very well, by the time you do it, you configure everything. If you look at it on other mobile, it's very, very responsive and good looking. So that is what I have. Thank you. I don't know if anybody have any question.
Well done, Patrick.
Any question?
Patrick, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. I know it's quite short, but no problem. So at this point, you had any questions for Patrick? Awoyemi Patrick. Patrick, you have no questions from the participants. You can go ahead and ask questions. Patrick, if there are no questions for you, you could go ahead and ask questions. Oh, yeah, can you hear me? Am I
My
on?
question, yes,
Okay.
you are on. Thank you. My question is, if you wanted to target a specific screen, what do we use to target a specific to achieve responsive design? Like now, we wanted to target a specific screen, like mobile or a different screen size. The way from my explanation, the explanation in my presentation. So I don't. What do we use?
Patrick, you can call on anybody to answer the question.
Okay. So let me make it easier here. Michael. So to achieve that, we need to use media query. It's as simple as that. So that's the question. That's the only question I have. Thank you, everybody.
Patrick, I have a question. Sorry.
I'm listening.
Yeah, is there a way you can target both height and width?
Both an height and width of any element, any action. Yes. No, usually it's not, there's no need for target the height. The most important is the width of the string, because the way it is in your, if you in your normal the default construct, it's already been target the size, the height. The height has been target already, has been defined.
Defined where?
Okay, let me share my screen and show you. As it's possible, but not necessary. It is not necessary, because if you have shared, no, you know, in a without adding media query, you target your nav. Let me show you what I mean. But I've never been in a situation where I try to target the height of.
I'm asking because there are new phones now, phones like Galaxy Z Flip, Z Fold, that actually does really the way a conventional phone is.
No, you don't need, basically you don't need to target the height. You don't need to target the height.
So let me come in.
Okay.
Atukudo.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, the phone you mentioned, are you saying that the height varies, or you are saying that you are asking? I want to understand how that phone is.
Yes, and for instance, I have actually used media query before, and when I tried using it on a tablet screen. It was not, it came out as expected, but then it still have that phone view. Sorry, it had that phone view, although it was full, but let's say half of the page, the tablet is getting on the phone. Now half of the page was showing what I wanted, but then the remaining down there was still space. So it was not centered properly, which was not aligned properly.
That is not, it's not, I'm not sure if that's as a result of the way you call the media query, use the media query. That should be in your normal, the default CSS, this like this one.
Patrick, hold on.
Why
the height is not too necessary is that the users it's normal for users to scroll up and down. It's not a strange experience, and it's not it does not affect user experience as such, except a case where we want to reduce the amount of scrolls on a page. Then we can manipulate that by breaking the page up and giving buttons at the bottom that will now have to heights will not be specified. Then we don't want the user to be scrolling up and down. But scrolling up and down doesn't affect user experience as such compared to the width. That's why much attention is not given to height.
But I believe it should be able to work properly once if you can set the attributes here, because right here I've already set the attribute, the height of the my this thing. Oh, this is just enough. Usually, if I wanted to do that, I can easily set my the height to 100%.
Referring to nav now, I'm referring to the old page, not
the
just
old
now.
page. The old page, you can just set the attribute to 100%. In that area, it is good to always use percent instead of pixel. It is good to always use percentage. So it will work on all the files, regardless of the string size or all that. So if you now use media query to call the width, this automatically it will apply to all the media query.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, are there any other questions for Patrick? Awoyemi. Thank you for clarifying to Mr. Jacob.
No problem. Thank you, Patrick.
Okay, if there are no further questions for Patrick, Patrick, thank you very much for today's presentation. Yeah.